What's going on, the Dynasty? Know it's been a while, but your boy's back. Had a bad past couple of months. However, the Fantasy Flex is here. Got this show rolling a little late, just because baseball has just opened up. So anybody interested in joining in the Dynasty Baseball League, holler at me. Let me know. Drop the email, the team you want. 8 keepers, 4 hitters, 4 pitchers. You know how we do it. Let's get up into the standings for the Dynasty. NBA style. So we up in NBA status. You already know what the Knicks shit on. Each division is going down like this. You got the Magic and the Celtics right now, both tied for first place with 10-3 records. Fixed it up a bit. I mean, there was some ties that went down in the league the other past couple of weeks, and those ties amounted to wins for the team that was a home team. I felt it was BS. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that I could change that to a stat. Which that stat is being points. So whoever does, if you're tied as far as categories, the team that has the most amount of points will win that matchup. Figure that's the fairest tiebreaker that you could have, instead of home team, which is based on computer generated scheduling. However, 10-3 Magic Boston tied for the East. Second place, 2 games back, would be myself, the Knicks, with an 8-5 record. Then you got the Atlanta Hawks, 3-10. 7 games back in the division, followed by the Chicago Bulls, who are 1-12, 9 games back in the division. So they are complete opposites of what they are in real life as far as fantasy. Moving on over to the west side, you got the Lakers on top of that division. However, he's only holding that league by 1 game. The Lakers have a 9-4 record, followed up by the Golden State Warriors, who's been pulling moves lately, pulling out wins, and getting it done. He's got an 8-5 record. Like I said, he's 1 game back. Mavericks 2 games back with a 7-6 record, followed up by the Blazers, who are 6-7, 3 games back. And then you got the San Antonio Spurs, who are 3-10, 6 games back in his division. Let's get up into last week's matchups. I'll do a preview of what's been going on so far, since we halfway through it, so I can do like a dip before we get into a preview of next week's. However, this is week 13. Last week, you had the Knicks taking on the Magic. That was a tie, but that matchup went to the Magic due to the fact that he edged me out 934 to 918 in the points category. So there we go. You know what I'm saying? Put that rule to effect. It bit me, but that's the way it goes. It's the fairest way to do it. Next matchup, that put up the San Antonio Spurs up against the Boston Celtics. 10-4. That matchup went to the Celtics. 10 categories to 4. Next matchup was the Hawks taking on the Bulls. 10-4. That matchup going in the tilt of the Hawks' favor, so they flying. You know what I'm saying? Getting their wins here and there, but they do it when they do it big. Portland Trail Blazers took on the Lakers, 11-3. The Portland Trail Blazers smashed it that week. Then you got the Dallas Mavericks, 3-11, taking on, or excuse me, not 3-11. That's the score. The Mavericks were taking on the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors taking on that matchup, 11-3 in the category wars. So that's how that matchup went. I'll get into what's going on this week so far, going into Wednesday. So halfway through week 14. Right now you got the Knicks taking on the Lakers. Lakers are coming on mean in this matchup, 12-2. Then you got the on the records for that. The Lakers are 9-4. Knicks are 8-5. Followed up matchup number 2, taking on the Golden State Warriors and his 8-5 record. Like I said, he's been surging as of late, taking on the Magic and their 10-3 record. Right now, the Warriors matchup, or that matchup, is going in the Warriors' favor, 8-5-1. However, like I said, this is the middle of the week, so we'll check out on Monday when we should be back on track and on schedule to get the shows rolling. Like I said, baseball kind of sidetracked me a little bit, but let's keep it rolling, keep it moving. You got the Bulls right now, who are 1-12, taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The Bulls right now losing in their matchup 4 categories to 10. Mavericks, like I said, 7-6. Bulls still looking for a better than 1 win. They looking right now like the Wizards in the NBA. Next, you got the Boston Celtics, 10-3, taking on the Blazers, 6-7. Right now, that matchup is desperately going to the Portland Trail Blazers right now, just edging out the Celtics, 8-6 as far as the category standings. Then you got our last matchup of this week right now that's going on between 2, 3-10 teams. Right now, the Atlanta Hawks still looking to keep it up in the sky, keeping it fly. 11-3 over the San Antonio Spurs. Like I said, it's Wednesday, so this is only the midway point. You got a weekend full of matchups, you know what I'm saying, the Friday, the Saturday when you got the full plate. And let's get up into the trophies for week 13 last week. I mean, I know I missed like 2 months worth, but we'll do it up with the most current. The Jordan Trophy going up to the team that had the most field goals in the matchups. That's going up with 346 field goals made to the Warriors, Mr. DeMilo. The Malone Trophy going to the most free throws made in the matchup. That's going to myself, the Knicks, with 198. The Spreewell Trophy for most three-pointers made in the matchups is going to Mr. DeMilo and the Warriors with a 89 three-pointers made throughout last week's matchups. The Rodman Trophy for the most rebounds throughout all the matchups throughout last week, that is going to the Magic. Congrats to Mike on that one. 357. Blow, blow, blow. Getting down with the rebounds. And now we move on up to the assist category, which is being headed up. That is the Magic Johnson Trophy, by the way. That is also going to the Warriors. They're pretty much sweeping it up this week. 225 assists throughout last week's matchups. The Stockton Trophy for the most steals with 70 steals throughout last week is going out to Mr. DeBarry and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then you got the Olajuwon Trophy for the most blocks with 13, or for week 13 with 53 blocks. That's also going to Mr. Michael of the Orlando Magic. So shout outs on that trophy, you know what I'm saying? Those are nice ones to have in this league. You know, it's a big man's league. I might have to fix it up a little bit next year. Try and straighten it out with the points and the stats. However, we move on up to our last three trophies. That would be the Price Trophy for the best free throw percentage. That is going with a high 83% to the Warriors as well. And then you got the field goal percentage, the Artis Gilmore Trophy. That's going out for the most, or the highest field goal percentage throughout the matchups. That's going out with the 48, or with the high 48% to the Lakers. Mr. DeBarry taking that trophy. And then you got the Chamberlain Trophy. That's going out to who scored the most points throughout last week's matchups. With 975 points, the big dog last week would be the Golden State Warriors, like I've been saying. So that was the Fantasy Flex Week 13, you know what I'm saying? Week 14 preview, in the middle, in the mix. Hey, we should be back on schedule now. Like I said, had a hard past couple of months. Death in the family, school, holidays, Christmas, Happy New Year. Happy Christmas, everybody. Next up is Valentine's, so I hope you guys got your special someones, but you're doing this thing and you're keeping it active, because I'm loving it. Moving on up, also to baseball. Anybody up in here down with Dynasty Baseball, or excuse me, Dynasty Baseball League franchise, which I'm running similar to this one here. You know what I'm saying? You pick your team, you get 4 pitchers, 4 hitters from that team, you represent them, you get the rest throughout the draft. Let me know what team you want right now. The teams that have been taken so far are the Yankees, the Phillies, the Giants, the Rays, the White Sox, Red Sox, and there's one more, and the Milwaukee Brewers. That's right, the Brew Crew. So I still need 3 more spots, you know what I'm saying? I could make it 12. However, the rosters are pretty, you know what I'm saying? I made them pretty decent just because of the fact that you're going to have 10 players, or excuse me, 8 players from one team. So I figure on a day off, that's going to kill some people. So the rosters are pretty deep, nice size. Should be pretty active, you know what I'm saying? I ain't making them outrageous like I have in the past. Lately, you know what I'm saying, throughout the past, I've been learning to trim down my roster sizes just to free up the free agent pool. However, more about that later on. Fantasy Flex Week 13 in the books. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's been a long time coming. However, I appreciate you guys tuning in. And Fantasy Flex out.